Hello and welcome to the website development business training, where you will learn how to build professional websites without coding. My name is Philip Amiola. I am Director of Strategy at the Plenipotent Company Limited. You can learn more about me on my personal website, philipamiola.org, or you can connect with me on Twitter and Instagram via Philip Amiola. My handle on all social media platforms is at Philip Amiola. You can also check out virtualmentor.com.ng, where I am an instructor, and we have lots of courses that you will find very useful if you are looking to grow a business, or if you are looking to acquire relevant digital skills such as website development, creating professional videos, and a wide range of skills that will be useful for your business and even your career. Okay, and also promoting your personal brand. So who is this training for? The website development business training is for entrepreneurs and professionals who want to learn how to build websites, not only for the sake of building websites, but for starting a business from what they learn. That's why it is website development business training. It's not just about learning how to build websites, it's about starting a website development business. Okay, so at the end of the day, if you choose not to even build websites, you will still be able to build a business out of website development. The very first website development project I got, I didn't build the website myself. Okay, I didn't build it myself, but I had the skills, I understood the process, and I was able to start a business from that. And my very first website, someone else built it, but I coordinated the process and we shared the profit, and it was a win-win arrangement. Okay, so whether you want to build websites for yourself, or for your business, or for your organization, or you want to use it to promote your personal brand, or you want to learn how to build websites for others and make money from it, then this is going to be very helpful for you. And I want to encourage you to stay through this training. It's going to be a relatively long training because we're going to actually build a website. You will see it, okay? We'll build a website before we finish this training. So stay till the end and go through everything. I also offer opportunity for those that might want to go further and get one-on-one guidance, one-on-one support. With what you are going to learn here, you'll be able to build websites on your own, but sometimes it's better to have someone guiding you and supporting you through the process, someone that you can always reach out to and ask questions when you are stuck. Okay, so you will have an advantage to sign up for that opportunity if you so desire. So why should you even take this training? Okay, there are lots of reasons for learning how to build websites or for acquiring website development skills, and I'm going to give you 4 of them. With this skill, you will be able to save money by building your website yourself. Okay, everybody now, especially with the way the world has turned around in recent times, everybody now understands the need to go online. And going online is not just about being on social media platforms. You don't control social media platforms. They can change their algorithms overnight, and then people don't even get to see what you post until you advertise and all of that. You don't have control. Okay, sometimes even liking posts, you are liking. For example, there was a time that I think that was last year during my birthday, lots of people posted messages on my timeline, so I wanted to reply everybody, so I was replying them, and it got to a time Facebook just banned me that I know I was like I was performing an activity that was illegal or something. And in my mind, I was wondering, shouldn't I reply people that are wishing me happy birthday? Now imagine if it is your business also. Maybe you are responding to customers or something, and then they just shut you out. There's nothing you can do about it. But with your personal website or with your business website, you have more control. The worst that can happen is you might have issues with your host, and then you move your website to another host. You have 100% control, as it were, over your website, unlike social media platforms. So you will be able to build that website yourself okay, instead of hiring a developer, and that is going to save you a lot of money, especially if you are building a website where you want to sell stuff, an e-commerce website. Usually payment integration alone, you can search for yourself, you can search InterSwitch payment integration, look for, look at InterSwitch website, see what they offer. Now normally if you are going through the standard route, payment integration alone can cost you up to 150,000 naira or more, okay? But if you learn how to do this, you can build your website, do the payment integration, everything for far less than that, okay? Then you can also make money from building websites for others. So that means you start a website development business and people pay you to build their websites for them. Also, technology is becoming very relevant. It has always been relevant, but it is becoming even more relevant. But most people don't have what it takes to actually venture into that field or into that terrain. So if you want to venture into the tech space, learning how to build websites is one of the easiest ways to get started. So once you are able to build websites, it will be easier for you to learn some of the other skills, okay, that you will need to be relevant in the tech space. And once you can build websites, you can legitimately call yourself a tech person also. You are operating in the tech space, even though it is not at the high level, but you are also a significant contributor in that space, and it can open doors into other bigger opportunities for you within the tech space. You can also leverage on your website development skills to launch your business. That is exactly what I did. I started by building websites, but now what I do is even not building websites, is just a means to an end, as it were. Okay, I don't even build websites as much as before. It's not a primary thing for me, but it helps me to gain access to some kind of places and opportunities that I would not have had otherwise. Then it also opened my eyes to a lot of other things. In the process of trying to become better at website development, I acquired other skills, which now helps me to start a proper full-time business that is far beyond website development. The same can happen for you. There are lots of other reasons, but I'm going to share just these 4 reasons for now. Okay, then what are the benefits of being a website developer or having a website development business, especially as compared to other kinds of businesses and other kinds of engagements? One, you can combine it with your existing business or with your job. Okay, so many people have jobs that they don't really enjoy, but they just have to do the jobs, because they need to make ends meet. But I always tell people that having a job is a blessing. Even if you don't seem to like your job, there are opportunities attached to that job, so do it well. But at the same time, you can be building your business on the side, and website development is one of those kind of businesses that you can build on the side, even with a full-time job, okay? And that is because you can work from anywhere and with anyone. That's the second reason. And because of that, you can combine it with your existing job. That means you can actually work from home before you resume at your job, and you can work after you close from your job. Okay, so it gives you that flexibility to combine it with whatever else you are doing. There is also a very high demand, and this has been consistent over the years. People need to build websites, and even after building websites, people need to manage their websites. And there are lots of people that their websites are not being regularly updated because they don't have the time, and they are not able to hire a full-time website designer, or website developer, or webmaster in their company. So you can fill that space. Okay, you see websites that are not being maintained, and you talk to them and you arrange a retainer agreement. They pay you a certain amount every month or every quarter or every year, and you help them manage their website. So there are opportunities all over the place, a very high market demand. You also have the chance to choose your desired market segments. There are different segments. You can decide that, okay, you want to work with small business owners. You can decide you want to work with personal brands. You can decide you want to work with non-profits, and that gives you opportunity to explore, okay, and to also cash in on different segments of the market. So you don't have to bother about competition, because there is a high demand, and then there are different segments that you can tailor your offerings to. And another advantage is that it helps you to reach people with different kinds of budgets. For example, if you are not able to get clients that are willing to pay so high, you might be able to start with clients that you will just bill a little and they will be able to afford it, and with that you can get started and continue building on it. The final benefit I'm going to mention for now, there are lots of them, but I'm only mentioning 5, and the 5th one I'm mentioning is high profit margins. You can make as much as you can make a whole lot, really, to be honest with you, from website development. You can build a website, for example, for illustrative purposes, you can build a website for, say, 200,000 naira, and everything you spend on that website is no more than 40,000. It's possible, okay? But then, in that case, you are offering extra value. For example, there is the support that you are giving, there are the tutorials that you create after building the website to show them how to manage it. There are a lot of ways that you add extra value, but in terms of what it actually costs you, it is going to be small compared to the profit that you make. It's just like this story. I'm sure you might have, okay, if you have not, now you are going to hear it, but many of you might have heard this story before of a man that was driving and then his car broke down and he was doing everything to fix the car. He couldn't get what was wrong, so eventually got a mechanic, and the mechanic came, checked the car, and then just hit something. The guy just hit his spanner on one part of the car, and he told the guy, okay, go in and start the car, and the guy started the car, and the driver or the owner of the car was wondering, well, seriously, you just eat something and then you billed me $1,000. The guy billed him, the mechanic billed the owner of the car $1,000, and the mechanic said, yes, I billed you $1,000, $1 for eating, then $999 for knowing where to eat. Okay, so if you structure your website development business well, it's going to be that way also. You are going to be charging for your expertise, for your skills, for the value that you are creating, not necessarily the cost of the materials that you use to build the website. Do you understand that? Okay, and once you structure your business this way, you will be able to enjoy high profit margins. I'm going to show you step by step how to do this in the mentoring program that will come after the training. You will see the website development questionnaire that you first share with your clients. Then you'll be able to develop a website development plan. You prepare a website development plan for them, or a proposal depending on the kind of project. Then how you manage the process. After you are finished, you send the feedback form. All of these things, there is a way that each of them adds value to the process. Then you create a website handover document also. In the handover document, you show them how to use their website, how to manage it. So with that, you're already saving them the cost of hiring a website developer. If they hire a website developer and they are paying the developer a certain amount every monthly for a year, you know what that will take. And now you have saved them that cost. So that is extra value you are creating for them. So when you are charging high, you see why you can charge high, because you are helping them to save costs, and you are also helping them to see the value that you are creating. And all of this will culminate in high profit margins for you. Bill Gates said many years ago, you can search out this quote, you will see when he said it. He said that if your business is not on the internet, then your business will be out of business. And many people are beginning to see that this is the reality. In fact, it has happened to a lot of businesses, of recent. Okay, because they are not on the internet, then they cannot do business and they are going out of business. So people are beginning to recognize this need, and it also makes website development more lucrative than it has ever been. And like I told you before, being on the internet is not just about being on social media. You don't control social media. Anything can happen on social media, but with your website you have control, and you can actually do what you need to do or what you have to do to remain in business. So if you are not building a website for yourself, which you should, okay, that's one level and one advantage of taking this training. You should be able to build a website for yourself after this. But even if you are not doing that yet, okay, if that is not your priority, you can cash in on the opportunity to build websites for others. But again, before you build websites for others, people will ask you, okay, where is your own website? So it is important that you have it at the back of your mind that you want to build your own website first, immediately after taking this training. And I encourage you, within 3 days of taking this training, build your website. Just sit down with it and get it done, even if it is not perfect. Because if you don't do that, you keep procrastinating and postponing until you eventually lose motivation and you don't get to do it. Okay, so please take note of that. Make sure that you build your own website, and through that you are putting your business on the internet. Then you can also help other businesses to do the same, so that they will not run out of business. So how do you get started? We're going to get to that shortly. So first of all, let me explain to you that website development, you can approach it in a lot of ways. Okay, you can approach it in a lot of ways, and we're going to get to that. But the important thing is for you to find what works for you and then to stay with that. Okay, we'll get to it soon. So when you look at a website, what are the basic components of a website? You have the domain name. For example, if you visit philipamiola.org, that philipamiola.org is the domain name. Or if you visit Facebook, facebook.com is the domain name for the Facebook website. google.com is the domain name for the Google website. So the domain name is that address of the website. Then you have the web hosting. Okay, that's the second component. We've talked about the domain name, then now the web hosting. The web hosting is the space, the online storage space where your website files are stored. Every website is made up of several files. You need an online storage space on a server, okay, where those website pages, those website files are stored. So when somebody types your website address into the browser will request the website files from that online storage space on a computer called a server. Okay, that computer where your website files are saved is called a server. Okay, so you need a space on a server. That space on a server is what we call web hosting or web hosting space. So you will need to sign up for a web hosting account to take your website online. But in this training, I'm going to show you how to build a website offline. Okay, and that's one of the important things you need to know. It's important that you know how to build a website offline first. Then you will now buy a web hosting account and you buy a domain name. You now take your website online. Okay, but I want you to be familiar with the components. Then the first component you need to know is called website template. Template is like the plan for your website that gives structure to that website. For example, if you want to build a house, you are going to have a plan. You are going to have a floor plan that will be followed to build that house. Template is like that, but not exactly. Let me use another illustration to make this clearer. Imagine that you want to mold blocks. Okay, you want to mold blocks and you already have a mold. You have a mold that you just pour concrete inside the mold and then the shape of the block is formed. Or you want to build a house, but instead of building the house by laying bricks, you want to cast the house. There are people that build houses by casting. So you have already cast the house, you have developed a structure for the house, and you just pour concrete inside that structure. And then by the time you remove the frame, your house is already built. So your template is something like that. Template is like a ready-made website design that you are now going to customize for your own need. Okay, so it is also called theme, T-H-E-M-E. Okay, so the three main components of most websites are the domain name, the hosting, and the theme. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail so that the training will not be longer than it should be. Okay, but you can also always research all of these things on your own and learn more. Then I mentioned earlier that there are different approaches to website development. In the same way, there are lots of tools and platforms that you can use to build websites. But the most popular one right now, which has also been popular for a long time and it keeps getting more popular, is self-hosted WordPress. Okay, and it powers around 30%. As at the time of preparing this training, it powers around 30% of all websites on the internet. By the time you are watching this, it might have even gone beyond that. Okay, so we are going to be using that. We're going to be using self-hosted WordPress to build our website, and you can use it to build a lot of powerful websites, different kinds of websites. Many people think that WordPress is only for blogging. No, far from it. You can use it to build a wide variety of websites. You are going to see this as we go along. Now, when you hear WordPress, there are two kinds of WordPress. There is the WordPress that is available at wordpress.com, and then there is the one that is available at wordpress.org. We're talking about the one at wordpress.org. That is the self-hosted version. The one at wordpress.com is called cloud hosted. Okay, that means you are hosting it directly with WordPress. But the one at wordpress.org, it is a software that you install, and then you can host it where you like, and you host it yourself. Okay, if you are buying a web hosting account, many web hosting accounts already have this WordPress software on them, so you can install the software directly on your hosting account and build your website from there. But I will encourage that you build your website offline, at least. If not for anything, it saves you data, and it's also faster that way. You don't have to wait for the connection to load, especially if you are in a country like Nigeria, where internet connection can sometimes be a challenge. Okay, but if you are in a place where you have free internet and then it's very fast, it's okay to build your website online if it is convenient for you. But best practices wise, when you are considering best practices, you may want to build your website offline first and then take it online. So that software that you use to build your website is what we call WordPress. Okay, there are different ways to build websites. Like I said, you can build websites with coding. You can build websites even with Blogger. Yes, we have a training on that on virtualmentor.com.ng. We have a training on how to build professional websites with Blogger. But if you are using Blogger, of course, that means you need to build your website online, because Blogger is an online platform. But the one we are recommending and which we are using in this training, and which most websites around the world use, is self-hosted WordPress. You can learn on your own the differences between self-hosted WordPress, that's wordpress.org, and the other form of WordPress, which is at wordpress.com. But the simple things I am going to tell you now are that WordPress.org gives you more flexibility. It gives you more freedom to work with your website. You can install plugins. You can make the website exactly how you want it to be. But with WordPress.com, you have to, first of all, you are not going to have your own professional domain name. For example, instead of philipamiola.org, you will have something like philipamiola.wordpress.com. You can pay for a domain name and change that to what you want, and change philipamiola.wordpress.com to philipamiola.org or .com or anything you like. You can do that with WordPress.com, but it still does not give you many of the advantages that come with self-hosted WordPress. That's why we're going to be using self-hosted WordPress. It's the same software, but the way it is used and configured and deployed is different. Okay, so you can learn more about that on your own if you are interested. And if you really go through this training and you start to implement, you will start learning more about these things, because you will have reason to research further and to learn more. Okay, so we are done with the introduction, and now we're going to have a practical session where we will actually build a website with self-hosted WordPress. Remember that I told you that you are going to need a domain name, you are going to need a website template, and then you are going to need a web hosting account or web hosting space. But I also told you that we are going to build the website offline first. So when you have a web hosting space or a server, you have what is called a live server. You remember I told you that there is a computer called a server somewhere where your website files will be stored. Okay, so that server is called live server, and when you are accessing your hosting account, you are accessing a space on the live server. Okay, so just as we have live server, we also have local server. Now on the live server, there are some software that enable the server to work as a server. So what we are going to do is that we are going to turn our laptops into a server. So when you turn your laptop into a server, it is called local server or local host. Okay, and to do that, there are lots of tools that you can use to do that, but we are going to be using a tool called XAMPP. XAMPP is spelled XAMPP. XAMPP. It is an abbreviation or an acronym for cross-platform. X is for cross-platform. That means you can use it on Mac, you can use it on Windows, you can use it on various kinds of operating systems. Then A is for Apache. that's APACHE. You are going to see all of that. Then M is for MySQL. Then one of the P's is for PHP. Then the other P is for Perl, P-E-R-L. All of these things that I mentioned, they are software packages that come together to help you create a server. Apache, MySQL, PHP, and Perl. Normally, you would need to learn about all of these things, how to write code and all of that, but with WordPress, you don't have to do that. You don't need to learn how to write code. All of the codes have been written for you, and all of the software packages have been prepared for you. So what we're going to do now, I wanted to explain before we go ahead, what we're going to do now is we're going to download XAMPP, and we're also going to download WordPress. So once you download XAMPP, you install it on your laptop, and that will turn your laptop into a server. Okay, so instead of building your website on a web hosting account or on the live server, you will now build it on your local server, which you have created using XAMPP. Okay, so let's do that. So to download XAMPP, go to apachefriends.org. Can you see APACHE friends.org, apachefriends.org, and click download, or go to apachefriends.org/download. So you are going to see it automatically. Usually it's going to detect your kind of operating system, but if it doesn't detect your operating system, no issues. So just check. Can you see this is for Windows, XAMPP for Windows, then this is XAMPP for Linux, XAMPP for OS X, because you can use it across different kinds of operating systems. So depending on your own operating system, I am using a Windows laptop right now, so I'm going to download the Windows version. So usually download the most recent one. This is the most recent one. Now the most recent one is usually on top, and if you check the version number, you are going to see no, sometimes the most recent one is not on top. Sorry about that. Now you will know the most recent one from the version number. See, this is 7.2.31, this is 7.3. that means it is more recent than 7.2. then this is 7.4.7. so it's usually advisable to download the most recent version. So you will download this. My laptop is a 64-bit laptop, so I'm downloading this. Most modern laptops are 64-bit, but if yours is 32-bit, then you need to get a 64-bit laptop to have the best experience with all of these things, okay? And also I should mention this, that you should have a laptop with at least 4 GB RAM. If you don't have at least 4 GB RAM, you may not enjoy the experience. Your laptop may not really have as much power to get the job done. You will still be able to use it, but it's going to be more difficult. My own laptop is 12 GB RAM. If you can get something like that, it's better, but you may not be able to get that at first. But I started working with a 4 GB RAM laptop too. So but as you start working and you start making profit, you will be using some of your profit to buy the things that you need, okay? So download XAMPP and install it. I have already downloaded and installed, so I'm not going to do that again. So when you are installing, you may get a warning that says something like user activation control, something like that, but you may get a warning that says, oh, because of a user account control or user activation control, this. Just follow the steps. Usually the default settings are okay. So when it brings up that warning, just accept it and proceed, and make sure that you are installing your XAMPP to C drive. Usually when you, let me open C drive. Usually when you are installing a software, it's going to install it to program files. This is my C drive. You can open your C drive on your laptop. Usually it's going to install it. Can you see program files, or this one? Usually that's where can you see all the programs on this laptop. So usually software you are installing on your laptop will install to the program files, okay, or the programs folder, okay. But for XAMPP, you don't install XAMPP into program folder or program files. You install it directly into your C drive. So can you see now, this is my C drive, this is my C drive, okay. Directly inside C drive, can you see XAMPP, okay. So that is the most important thing you need to know when it brings up that warning. Just make sure that you go with the default. If the default is not directly inside C drive, remove whatever is in between, and then make sure that you install your XAMPP directly into C drive, okay. We have a training where we demonstrate that, but you are going to get it. If you have ever installed software on your laptop before, you are going to get it. It's very straightforward. So just download XAMPP and install it on your laptop, okay. Then after you have done that, go to wordpress.org. Can you see this is wordpress.org? Then click get WordPress. or you can scroll down. Can you see all the kinds of websites, some of the websites that have been built with WordPress? Or you can scroll down and click Get WordPress. So that will take you to where you can download the WordPress software. Okay. Also, I have downloaded this, so I'm not going to do it again. And if you have done this now, for example, and let's say that maybe 3 weeks from now you want to build another website, I would advise that you come back here and download, because it's possible that they have released a new version. But for me, I recently downloaded WordPress, so I'm not going to download again. Okay, so you install XAMPP and then you download WordPress. So those are the first 2 steps. Now look at some of the websites that have been built with WordPress to show you that you can build a lot of different kinds of websites. Okay, Adobe, even Adobe, their blogs is on WordPress. Facebook, they have their newsroom on WordPress. Toyota Motors Brazil, can you see? So a lot of big organizations that use WordPress. Can you see some of them? Okay, and these are just some. You can see many more when you click here. When you go to wordpress.org/showcase, you see some of those websites. And my own website too is built with WordPress, and lots of the websites that I have built, they are built with WordPress. So just to show you that WordPress is indeed very powerful. So now that you have installed XAMPP and you have downloaded WordPress, you start to build your website, and that's what we want to do now. So after installing XAMPP, you can click and search for XAMPP control. Can you see XAMPP? So this is it. So I just open XAMPP control panel. But if it doesn't come up for you, no problem. Just go to your C drive. Go to your C drive. After you have installed XAMPP, XAMPP will show in your C drive. Can you see? This is XAMPP. So it will show. So open it. Then look for XAMPP control. Can you see XAMPP control? Double click. Okay, so this is the XAMPP control panel. So can you see what it is saying? There will be a security dialog or things will break. So think about running. Sometimes it's good for you to run, XAMPP as an administrator. Actually, it's better at times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this and then I'll open it again. So let me close this. I want to open it again so that I can launch it as administrator. Okay, so I'll right click here and then run as administrator. Yes, so this is it. So you see that there is no one here now. Then under Apache here, I click start. Then under my SQL, I also click start. So with this, my laptop has now become a server. So what we call local server. So if I go to my browser now and I type localhost, can you see it will bring this out. So once you have this, you know that your XAMPP is working fine. Okay, your XAMPP is working very well and your laptop is now a server. When you finish doing what you want to do, you stop this, stop and stop. Now that I've stopped this, if I go to localhost now, nothing will show up. Nothing will show up. If I go to localhost now, can you see? Nothing is showing up because I have stopped the local server. So once I start it again, can you see the localhost is showing? Fine. So once you have done this, now go to the place where you downloaded your WordPress. Go to that folder where your WordPress was downloaded to. Okay. So this is my WordPress folder. This is where I downloaded it to. Okay, so what you are now going to do is you will extract this into your XAMPP folder. So this is XAMPP. Remember that you go to local disk, then you open XAMPP. So inside XAMPP now, you will find this folder called htdocs. Can you see htdocs? Open that folder. Okay, so then create, okay, no, don't even create yet so that it won't cause confusion. So open htdocs folder. So this is the place where you are going to extract your files to. Okay, so you are going to extract your files to this htdocs folder. You are going to extract WordPress to it. So go back to your WordPress. This is where you have your WordPress. This is it now. So I'm going to right click. Then I will extract. Usually you should have a software like WinRAR on your laptop for extracting files. But in my own case, this WinRAR has expired, so I'm not using it. And if that is the case with you too, you can use any other software that allows you to extract files. For me, I use 7-zip. 7-zip is fine. BandZip is also fine. You can download 7-zip by simply going to 7zip.org, 7-zip.org, but just search for 7zip, it will take you to the website. So can you see 7zip? So this is the site. So go there, download and install on your laptop. Download the version that works with your laptop and install. But if you already have it or any software that you can use to extract files, it's fine. You don't have to use 7zip. Use anything that works for you. So I'll right click, then I am using 7zip. I want to extract. So you choose the location you want to extract to. So I'll just pick extract files. Then I want to extract it to htdocs. Can you see C:/ZAMP/htdocs? If you don't know how I got here, what I did was I went to local disk, then I opened ZAMP, then htdocs. So here I now clicked here. Okay, so it showed me the address here. So I just copied, right click, and then copy. Can you see copy? That's what I did. Or you can press Ctrl+C. Then I came to where I want to extract, which is this place. Okay, and then I right clicked and I picked 7zip, then extract files. Okay, so it brought this up, and then I pasted the address here. If you don't want to do all of that, or you don't know how, no problem. Just let me close this. Just come here, right click, pick extract files, then here click this, find your local disk, that's C drive, find it here. Okay, under this PC. Okay, so can you see? So this is local disk, pick that. So when you open local disk, you are going to find ZAMP. Scroll down and find ZAMP. This is ZAMP. Okay, so click that. Then htdocs, can you see? So pick htdocs and then OK. So extract. So can you see it's the same address that it has put here? Then pick OK. So it will extract your WordPress folder or the WordPress files into htdocs. So let us wait for it to finish extracting. Great, so it has finished extracting. So if I go to htdocs now, I'm going to find WordPress there. So this is htdocs inside ZAMP. So can you see WordPress? So this is the WordPress that I just extracted. In your own case, you are not going to have many folders like this. Each of these folders is a website, or many of these folders. Some of them are not websites, but many of them, they are websites. So you will not have all of these ones because you are just creating your first website. You will only have some folders like all of these ones that come with ZAMP. Okay, now so this WordPress folder, give it the name of the website you want to build. Okay, for me, I'll just call it WDBT, for Website Development Business Training. That's what I'm going to call this. So I'll call it WBDT. So but you can call your folder the name of any website that you want to build. Now remember that we have started ZAMP control panel, you started Apache, you started MySQL. Okay, then now under Apache, click admin. No. Sorry. Under MySQL, click admin. Click admin to take you here, localhost/phpMyAdmin. Or if you like, if you don't want to click from control panel, you can come straight to your browser and type localhost/phpMyAdmin. So it will bring you here. So for your website to work, you need to create a database. So come here. Once you come to phpMyAdmin, just click new here, new, and then give your database a name. I'll still call it WDBT so that I'll use the same name to avoid confusion. Then click create. So the name of your database is WDBT. Now this thing is very simple. When you are going through it for the first time, it will look like, what is this? But if you patiently go through, okay, and then you implement, you are going to find that it's actually easy. So what I will advise is, as you are watching the training, as you are taking the training, be taking notes. Don't implement now, just take notes, master what you are seeing and take notes. Then when you now finish the entire training, go back and now start to implement. So the areas you don't get, watch the video again and see how you are going to implement. So we have created database now. So after that, open another tab in your browser, then go to localhost / the name of your website folder. Remember that the website folder you created, this is it. You called it WDBT. So you now type localhost / WDBT. But before this, make sure you have created your database. So localhost / WDBT. I'm saying you should have created your database because you are going to need it. What we want to do now is to install WordPress, and you are going to need your database. So it will bring you here. So for me, I'm picking English and as the language, and then I continue. So can you see it's asking for your database name, username, database password, database host, and all. So just click let's go. Then the database name is WDBT. The database we just created. Username for your local host, always use root as the username, ROOT. Password, leave it blank. Database host, leave it at localhost. Leave the table prefix also, then click submit. Run the installation. So it will bring you here. Give your site a title. For me, I'm just going to call it Website Development Business Training. But for you, give it the actual title of the website that you are building. Then username, pick a username. So I'm going to call the username Philip. Then pick a password. Pick a password, okay? Then put your email address. For me, I'm going to use this email address. Then install WordPress. So can you see it has finished installing? So now you can log in to your website and start building. But as it is now, you have actually set up a website. If you go now to localhost/WDBT, this is the address of your website on your local server. Remember that you are building the website on your laptop. So this is the address of the website on your laptop, localhost/WDBT. So if you go there now, you are going to see a website. Can you see this is a website? But it's just that you have not finished building your website. Just like when you are building a house and then you have laid all the blocks and you have put the roof. You know, you already have a house, but you cannot live in it yet. You now need to start, plastering the house, doing electrification, painting, plumbing, and all of that to make the house decent and good to live in. It is the same way with website development. So as it is now, you have already built your website. Okay, so what is left now is the customization, which we're going to start now. So you go to localhost/WDBT, this place, and then you click login, or go to the address. Your own will not be WDBT, it will be the name you gave your website. So localhost/WDBT/ then put WP-admin. It will take you to a place where you can log in. So can you see? So this is my username, Philip. Then I type in the password that I created when I was setting up the site. Then I pick login, or I click on login. So that will take me to the back end, or what we call the dashboard of your website. So can you see? This is the back end. Now remember I told you that you will need a theme. You will need a theme to build your website. I'm going to recommend that you use the Divi theme. I will tell you more about that later because it makes it easy to build websites. But for now, so that you can do everything easily and free of charge, I'm going to use a free theme. A good free theme is Astra. So let's go to appearance. Under appearance, then you go to themes, and then from here click add new. So I'm going to search for Astra, A-S-T-R-A. For you to do this, you need to be connected to the internet. But usually when you are building your website on localhost, you don't need internet connection. But when you need to maybe install a theme from the internet or do something from the internet, then you need to connect to the internet. So I'm connected to the internet now. So this is the Astra theme. So I'm going to install it. And usually after installing a theme, it is also advisable that you create a child theme, because if you don't have a child theme, any changes you make on your website may not be permanent. When you update the website, when they release a newer version of your theme and then you update, your changes might disappear. So it is good for you to install a theme and then create a child theme for that theme. But we're not going to talk about creating child theme now. You can research that on your own, how to create a child theme. But I wanted you to know this is a quick training, and I just want to give you an overview. I want you to be able to build your first website. Then you are going to be learning all the details later. Okay, so I have installed the theme. Can you see it has written installed? Then I click activate. Now, if it is a theme that you bought somewhere that is not online, that is not on the WordPress repository, and you bought it and you have downloaded it to your laptop, so you come to add new, and then upload theme. So you now choose the theme and then you install, but we're going to get to that later. Now we have installed a theme. You also need a page builder. Okay, the page builders I recommend are Divi Builder and Elementor Page Builder. Divi Builder usually comes with the Divi theme, which I'm going to show you how to get that. Excuse me, I'm going to show you how to get that before we finish this training. But for now, I am going to show you how to use the Elementor Page Builder. So to use the Elementor Page Builder, you have to install it as a plugin. So come to Plugins and click Add New. So then search for Elementor. So can you see? So this is Elementor Page Builder. See, over 5 million active installations. That means people are really using it. More than 5 million websites are using this. Okay, so click Install now. The good thing about using a page builder is that they already have website pages built for you. So you just pick the template you want and you customize. You are going to see it. Okay, so can you see it has finished installing? You see that all of these ones are still install now. So how you will know it has finished installing is that the install now will change to activate. So can you see this is now activate? So I'm going to activate. Click activate. Okay, so you can watch this. You can watch this. Watch the full guide, create your first page. But because I have been using Elementor before, so I'm not going to watch this. But when you are practicing on your own, I advise that you watch it, then you can also watch the full guide. But for me now, I'm just going to come here and click create your first page, or you can come to new and pick page, or you can come here, this left side, and come to pages, then pick add new. The three will give you the same result. Pages, add new, new here, you pick page, or you come here and pick create your first page. They will all give you the same results. Okay, so let me click this now, page. So what I'm going to do is I will create a demo website. Now let me call this my home page. Then I'll pick edit with Elementor. Let me quickly illustrate some things. This is my website, which is also built with Elementor. I want to show you some things there. So can you see we have home, we have about, we have services. You are seeing this way because I am logged into the website as an administrator. If you visit your website, the website on your end, you won't see that. Okay. Now, so this is home, this is about, this is services. Each of these can be a page. On my own website, my website is a one-page website for the most part. I made it that way. So when you click about, for example, it takes you down to the about section. So when you click services, the way I did it is that services will take you to the company website. So if I click this now, can you see it goes to another website? That's the company website. Then resources, if you click resources, it takes you down to where you can subscribe and get resources. So this is a one-page site, but you are going to get to that later. What I wanted to show you is that usually when you look at websites, each of these menu items, we call this menu, home, about, services, what you have here, it is called menu. So each of the items in the menu for most websites is a page. For example, when you check the company website here, this home is a page. If I click about, it will take me to another page. It will take me to another page. If I click portfolio, it will take me to another page. So can you see this is loading now? It's loading the about page. So you will see it. Can you see? So this is the about page. It's another page on the website. Then portfolio is another page like that. So now we want to create the home page. Let's go back to the website we're working on. So we have created a page and we called it home, and we picked build with Elementor or edit with Elementor. So can you see this add template? This icon that looks like a folder. So just pick that. So can you see a lot of templates? Some of them are free, some of them are paid. So you use the free one for now. Later, if you want to get the paid one, great. Can you see all these ones that are marked pro? These ones that are marked pro, they are for the paid version, but they are already enough free templates that you can start with. If you are looking for a particular kind of page, you can search here. Let's say you are looking for a services page. Let's type services. So can you see? So it shows you different services, pages. Then you look for the one that is free and you use that, or you can sign up for the pro version if you like. Okay, so can you see? So but in this case, we want to create a home page. So let me just search home. For there, can you see there are different kinds of home page. Then if you have a particular kind of business in mind, okay, you can search for that too in case they have it. So let's search for school, for example. Let's see if they have. Okay, there's no template for school. Let's search for restaurants. Okay, they have a template for restaurants. So can you see? Now the point is that even if you pick a template for something, you can use it for something else. For example, I can pick a restaurant template and use it for a business, for a different kind of business, you understand? So it's all about how creative you can be. But now I'm just going to search for home and just pick one kind of home page. Okay, home. So let me pick this. So just come here and pick insert. If you don't want to insert it, you can click and preview. You can click this to see what it will look like. So it will show you, what it will look like. You get an idea, and then let's take insert. Now, when you are using it for the first time, it's going to ask you to sign up. So click this and create an account with Elementor to sign up. But for me, I already have an account with them. So can you see it even bringing it up? So I just click connect. So I will just connect that account with my existing website. But if you are using it for the first time, it will ask you to. Sorry, I'll just connect my existing account with my new website. But if you are using Elementor for the first time, it will ask you to create an account. So just create the account. It's a free account. So once you have done that, you'll be able to use templates, just like I am doing now. So it is loading these templates. Sometimes it can take a while depending on your internet connection, but once you load it, you are done. Okay, so can you see it has loaded these templates now? So this is the home page. So what is left for you now is to customize it, change what you have there. Can you see? And you can even type, just click and type, and change everything, change the pictures and all of that, and then replace them with your own. So in this case, I'm going to assume that we are finished editing because we're just, showing you how to do this. You need to still practice on your own and then get it done. So I'm just going to publish this as the home page. So I'll publish this as the home page. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Click have a look. So can you see what it looks like? So this is the home page. Okay, but I'm still going to show you a number of things. Now you see that this is showing a website development business training. This is the site title. You can edit it and you can replace it with a logo if you want, but all of that is something else. For now, I'll just edit it to WDBT to make it shorter. So where do I do that? I go back to the dashboard. You can come here and see dashboard. Go back to the dashboard. Then under appearance, customize. Then under site, you see I picked header, then site identity. So you see you can put a logo if you like, or you can change the site title. So what I want to do is I want to change the site title, website development business training. I want to change it to WDBT. So you see it has changed here. Now I want to show you something also. Look at the home page that we created. If I open it here, can you see? No, I don't want to edit. I just want to open. Now, can you see how it is showing? /index.php/home. Now, one of the things that you want to do when you are building your website is that after installing WordPress, go to the dashboard. Let me close this. Go to the dashboard, then go to settings. Under settings, pick permalinks. Then pick this post name. Okay, you can read up about permalinks on your own later, but this helps you to have neat links. Okay, neat links for your website pages. Then and it helps your search engine optimization. So save that. Now we have created home page. Let's create another page. New again, then page. Let me create it in a new tab. So you don't have to do that. So let's say we want to create an about page now. About. So again, you pick edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. Then pick the template. This time around, it's loaded it without me having to connect to to sign up because I've already signed in. So let's just type about and look for one page that we can use for about page. Okay, these ones are pro. Let's look for a free one. Okay, this is a free one. This is also a free one. So let's pick this one. So just insert. So can you see it has inserted the about page. Again, you edit it as you want, change the elements, change the text and all of that. Then when you are done, you publish. Okay. So we have our about page now. Let us also create a services page. New, create page again. Then let's call this one services and then edit with Elementor. So you pick a template again. You can build your templates on your own. That's what this plus icon is for. You create a section, then you drag all of these elements and then you use it to build your page the way you want it to be. But as a beginner, it's usually easier to start with a template. You can now edit that template. But once you start to master it, you can easily create your own pages on your own. You just drag all of these elements, you drag them here and you do what you need to do. You understand? But for now, okay, we're going to use templates. So click this and then search for a services template. Services, okay. Then look for a free one. Okay, this is free, this is free. So let's pick this. You can pick whichever one works for you. You can preview before you pick. Then once you see the one you like, just pick it and insert. Okay, so this is the services page. Again, you edit it. To edit, just place your mouse on it. You can type here or it will show up here. Okay, and then you change it to whatever you want. Then for the pictures, for everything, as you click each element, it's going to show you, where you can edit it and all. So so let's assume that you have finished editing this also. So you publish. Now on your website, you now have your home page, you have your about page, you have your services page. So, but you see how it is showing here. So if you go to localhost, let's go to the website address again, localhost/wdbt. It would have changed now, so can you see? But see how it is still showing. It's showing about home, sample page, services. You don't want it like this. You want it to be maybe home, about, and services. This sample page, you don't want it here. Then when people visit your website, you want them to see your home page. You don't want them to see hello world. Okay? So the next thing you are going to do now is come here, come back to your dashboard. You can close this. We are done with it. Okay, come back to your dashboard, then come to settings. Can you see under settings? Click settings. Because we have clicked settings before, it's bringing this already, so I can go to reading. But so that it doesn't look like magic, let me go back to dashboard. So settings, once you place your mouse on settings, it will bring up these options. So click on reading. So by default, your home page will display your latest posts. So if what you want to do is to build a blog, that's all you want to do. You want to build a blog, leave it the way it is. So every time you publish a new post, it's going to show here. So this is your first post, for example. When you publish another post, it's going to show under it, okay, like that. Let me show you an example to say what I'm saying. The difference between if you want to configure your website as a blog and if you want to configure it as a website. So a blog is also a website, okay? A blog is just a different kind of website. So if you want to configure it as a blog, look at this beautiful website, for example. It is configured as a blog. So once you visit the website, the first thing you see is the blog post. So this is a blog post, for example. So when you scroll down, you see another blog post. Okay, can you see? Then this is another blog post, like that. You keep seeing blog posts on the home page. So when the owner of this website publishes another blog post now, another article, this one will go down. That latest article will be on top. So every article shows on the home page. If that is what you want, it's fine. So just leave it the way it is. But if you want something like this, where something like this, for example, where once you go to the home page, can you see you are not seeing posts here? Okay, you are seeing different stuff. You are seeing the home page, then posts now come under and all of that. You want to design your home page the way you want it. If that is what you want, come here, read settings, then click reading, so it will bring you to this place. Then pick a static page. So under home page, select the home page that you created. This is the home page we created, home. Then click save. I'm not going to save now because I want you to see the difference. Let me close this. Now, if I go to localhost /wdbt now, can you see what you are seeing? You are seeing a post. This is the default post. When we are done, we're going to delete this. You want to delete the default post and the default page, sample page you want to delete. But for now, let's just leave it. So this is the post that you are going to see. Okay, now, but once I save changes here, and I visit my website, I won't see post again. I will see the home page. So let me show you. So save changes. So let me just refresh this now. Can you see? So now it's showing my home page when I visit the site. But we still have this. It's still showing sample page services. I don't want it this way. I want it to be home, about, services. So to do that, what you need to do is you set your menu. So let me close this also. We don't need it again. To set your menu, go to appearance in your dashboard. Again, go back to your dashboard. Then go to appearance and pick menus. Then give your menu a name. I'm going to call it main menu. For me, I'll call it main menu. Then I will create. Okay, so you can see all the pages you have here. So I want home, I want about, and I want services in my menu. So I'm going to click the three and I'll pick add to menu. Add to menu. So can you see? Then I pick save menu. Okay, before picking save menu, menu location, where do you want it to be? Display location, primary menu. So I pick that because I want it to be on the top. Depending on the theme you are using, there could be two or three menu locations, and some themes only have one menu location. But for this theme we're using, there is a primary menu and there is a footer menu. Some we have primary menu, secondary menu, footer menu. Some we have just one. So, but this one has primary menu and footer menu. And our primary menu is the menu on top. Footer menu is the menu under your website at the bottom. So, but we want our own to be on top. So we'll pick primary menu here and then save menu. So by the time I refresh this now, this sample page will no longer be there. Then the menu arrangement will be just as I arranged it: home first, followed by about, followed by services. So look at it here now. So if I refresh now, you will see the change. So can you see home, about, services? So can you see this is already a website? We have built a website. What is left now is to edit it, put in our own content, our own pictures, and then take the website online. So if I click about now, it takes me to the about page. So can you see? Then if I click services, it takes me to the services page. So you can customize everything. All of these pictures, you can change them, the text, everything. You can change everything, customize it to what you want. You can delete, you can add new stuff. Then powered by Astra WordPress theme, you can change all of that. Okay. For example, my website was also built with Astra theme and Elementor, but you won't find all of that there. No, okay. My personal website was built with that. Okay, it's showing this way because I'm logged in. You can change it and not let it show that way, but for me, I prefer it this way so that I can easily edit whatever I need to edit. But if I open it in a browser where I'm not logged in, you won't see that. So let me just open it in a new browser. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so can you see this is the website? Okay, still loading. Okay, so can you see this is what it looks like? And I built it with WordPress and Elementor. Okay, so there are a lot of other customizations that you want to make, you see. So there are a lot of other customizations you want to make, but we cannot cover all of that in this training. So at least try to do what we have done: install XAMPP, install WordPress on it, then build a demo website like this. Okay, with that you will already have a good foundation that you can now build on. Okay, so we have built a website together, and you can also try that and see how it goes. Remember I told you that you are going to need hosting. So now that you have built your website, for me now the website I built is at localhost WDBT, but it's a local website. That means it can only be accessed on my laptop. So by the time you are done with your website and you want people to be able to access it from anywhere, you are going to need to get a web hosting account, so that instead of using your laptop as the server, you are now using a live server. So to see the hosting company that I recommend, go to philipamiola.org/hosting. Okay, from time to time I partner with hosting companies based on how, the quality of their service. So the one that is of good quality that I have tested, per time, you will always find it at this link. So go to philipamiola.org and make sure you use the link so that they will know that I referred you. philipamiola.org/hosting, because with that, it will be credited to my account that I referred you, and then I'll be able to support you further. Okay, if you have any issues, I can reach out to them on your behalf and all of that, and all of these at no extra cost to you. So philipamiola.org/hosting, that's where you get your hosting for your website, so that you can take your website online and it can be accessible by anybody anywhere once they connect to the internet. Then you need a domain name. So localhost/WDBT will now be replaced with your domain name, maybe something like wdbt.com or yourname.com, anything you want. Okay, so you need a domain name also. So to register a domain name, go to philipamiola.org/domain. Okay, you find a domain registrar where you can register your domain name. Then for some people feel that the hosting that I recommend, maybe it's a bit expensive or they don't have the money right now. The domain registrar I recommend, they also have hosting services. So if you are not able to buy the hosting that I recommend, and you just need a small hosting account to practice with, you can also buy your hosting from the other option, philipamiola.org/domain. But I always recommend that you keep your domain and hosting separate, okay, so that if you have some issues, you will not understand those details now, but later on you will see that when you have some issues, maybe you need to move your website and there are some other issues like that, when you need to do some troubleshooting, it's usually better sometimes when you have your hosting with one company and your domain name with another company or on another platform, instead of having both of them on the same platform. Okay, then you are going to need a theme. Like I said, I talked to you earlier about Divi theme. Okay, so you can get that by going to philipamiola.org/elegant. But for those that will sign up for the one-on-one mentoring that I spoke about, you are going to get it free of charge. Okay, because I have it, so I'm going to give you. And the license that I have is a license that allows me to use the theme on multiple websites, so I can actually give you to use on your own website if you sign up for the mentoring program. Then you can also visit virtualmentor.com.ng for a detailed website development course. We have several website development courses on that. We have a website development course for beginners, we have advanced website development course, we have website development crash course. Okay, so you can easily find one that works for you and sign up. But I would advise that you start with the website development for beginners, the beginners course. Okay, and there is a free option there. You can sign up for free. Okay, but if you want to learn faster, and you are going to have questions to ask, you need somebody to be able to ask the questions and to facilitate your learning, I encourage you to sign up for the mentoring program, which I am going to talk about now. You can learn on your own. I've already shown you the process, and I've also given you a free course that you can take, okay, on virtualmentor.com.ng. Just go there and look for the website development for beginners course. Okay, I've given you all of that, but learning on your own will take more time, and sometimes you may just need to ask some questions, and you now start googling all over the place. You may encounter some issues and you don't know how to resolve it. So if you really want to build a website development business, instead of just building a website for yourself, I encourage you to sign up for mentoring, because there is a lot more to building a website development business than knowing how to build websites. For example, somebody that knows how to drive now, he can drive well. It doesn't mean that the person can start a transport company. Do you understand? You can have a very good medical doctor. It doesn't mean that you can start an hospital. The skill that you need to start a hospital is different from the skills that you need to be a medical doctor. So in the same way, the skills that you need, in fact, there are people that they are not medical doctors and they have hospitals. I believe you know that. So in the same way, the skills that you need to build a website are different from the skills that you need to build a website development business. So I would advise that you sign up for the mentoring so that I can take you through you, and that will require some investment because it is for serious people, and it's also going to take a lot of time on my part. But to get started on your own, at least you can get the web hosting. Go to philipamiola.org/hosting. Especially if you want to start a business, you want to be building websites for others, okay, you need all of this. Go to that address and sign up for hosting. Then go to philipamiola.org/domain and register your domain name. Then philipamiola.org/elegant and get the DV theme, okay. But like I said, if you are signing up for the mentoring, you don't need to get this. I'm going to arrange for you, okay. I'm going to arrange it for you, okay. Then virtualmentor.com.ng for more free trainings. Okay, so if you are interested in the one-on-one coaching, go to makewebsites.tpcl.com.ng. You are going to get all the details there. And if you have questions, you will see how you can reach out to ask your questions. Okay, so let me know if you have any question. You can reach out to me on social media, especially Twitter. I'm more active on Twitter. My username there is @philipamiola. Then you can send an email. philip@philipamiola.org is my email address. Then phone number is +234 706 090 5134. That is also my WhatsApp number, so you can reach me on all of those channels. Okay, so I will encourage you now to take the leap. If you are serious about starting a website development business, it might feel like a leap, like you are doing something beyond what you are used to, but that is the way it is when you are about to start something new that will change your life. So I like what Seth Godin says about that. He said it always feels too soon to leap, but you have to, because that's the moment between you and remarkable. So now you may be feeling like, I'm not ready to sign up for this yet. Let me just try my own. Let me just start taking all sorts of tutorials. But if you continue that way, you may eventually not take the step that you need to take. So you have to take the leap, even though it seems too soon and it feels like you are not ready. But once you take the leap, you realize that you just you make very rapid progress, and you start doing remarkable stuff instead of just being ordinary. And Zig Ziglar also says something that is interesting. He says there are 3 C's in life: choice, chance, change. You must make a choice to take a chance, or your life will never change. So instead of you just thinking about it, oh, how will I do this, will I do that, make that choice now. Take a chance and learn the skill, and you will see how it is going to change your life. But if you keep wondering, oh, will I do this, do I want to do this, then your life may never change. So the earlier you take action, the better, so that now that you are still motivated, you can get started and you can harness all your energies and start producing results. Okay, so the address again is makewebsites.tpcl.com.ng. Usually it is released from time to time, okay, like because I'm working on a lot of projects. So this one is something that I do within a period of time. So when you visit that website, you will see the current dates. And if you visit the website and the current date is past, you will see how you can reach out so that you can ask for the next date, and then you can prepare for it. It's usually a program within a particular period. Then after that period, everybody that's participated will have the opportunity for one-on-one coaching. You can reach out, ask questions, and can put you through, show you what to do when you get clients, show you how to build them, and all of that. Okay, how to prepare your website handover manual, how to create your website development questionnaire that you share first before you even start the project. Because some clients, after you finish their website, they will now tell you, no, this is not what I asked for, whereas that was what they asked for. But if you don't have anything to show, then you have to probably start again, or you keep revising the website, and then there is no end. But if you have a website development brief, you will show them this is what you submitted, and then okay, compare it to what we have. And I've had that experience a number of times, and then the clients will say, oh, sorry, okay, sorry. And many of them, they actually know. They are just trying to see how they can take advantage of you. And for some of them, they are forgotten, okay? But when you have that website development brief, you can show them that this is what you asked for, and then compare it to what you did. And that's just one example. That's why I told you that building website itself is different. The skill you need to build website is different from the skill you need to start a website development business. So if you just want to build websites for yourself and maybe for your friends and all of that, go over this training again, follow the steps, then take the free training that I recommended. You'll be able to build websites. But if you want to start a website development business, okay, sign up for one-on-one coaching by going to makewebsites.tpcl.com.ng. Thank you very much. Again, you can reach out to ask your questions, and I will also appreciate your feedback. Thank you, and bye for now.